Good morning. Thanks for joining us for the News 12 FastCast. I'm Nick Proto. 7:31 here on our Thursday morning. A social media video showing the moment a weapon falls to the floor during a student fight. The post claims it's from Butler High School in the middle of class. A letter went out to parents earlier this week that during a fight at that school, a weapon fell to the ground. Now, we didn't get official word, but based on the video, it does look like a gun. That chaotic fight captured by a student has some parents questioning school safety. This comes as schools across the country battle ongoing shootings and weapons incidents. Now, Richmond County parents are demanding action. Concerned, worried, stressed, frustrated, that's some of the ways parents have described their emotions over the past few days. They're raising questions as to why there are no metal detectors in the public schools in Richmond County. They're hoping for a change soon so that there isn't a next time that's much worse.
How many instances have to happen before you actually do something? Just last year, within another Richmond County school, my son had to experience another gun situation being, brought to school.
If you have safety concerns, you can report them to the school or their safety tip line. That's 706-828-1077. It is right there on your screen. The Aiken County coroner ruling a deadly house fire a homicide. The investigation started after Sunday night when authorities say first responders found Markel Howard dead inside a home on Kellogg Drive. The day after, authorities arrested Latrina Hollingsworth and charged her with first-degree arson. Those charges could change based on the coroner's ruling. The Aiken County Sheriff's Office chief deputy says she is Howard's mother. She's accused of setting fire to a table inside the home, leading to his death and the damage to the entire home. A second Grovetown shooting suspect still on the run days later as the victim recovers from surgery. You're taking a look at the wanted suspect here in a second. In Tuesday's shooting at Joyner Crossing Apartments, Grovetown police released these photos yesterday. They didn't give a name for the suspect, but they tell us he is known to hang around the Deansbridge Road and Meadowbrook Drive areas in Augusta. This is the other suspect who was arrested, Isaiah Batista. He was arrested near the same area officials say the unnamed suspect could be found. Richmond County deputies say he had a gun on him with multiple warrants there and Reedsville, Georgia. They say he was in the same car he left the scene in. The Screven County coroner says 2 men are dead after their boat flipped on a fishing trip. First responders say it happened in a pond off Poor Robin Road yesterday afternoon. The victims are 23-year-old Demetrius Boyd and 22-year-old Lajajon Brodnecks. Officials say deputies found one other man at the scene who told them what had happened. He was treated for injuries and released. The coroner says all 3 of them did have permission to be on that water. He believes they either hooked or cast at the same time and the boat flipped. Other officials say the investigation is still ongoing and they do not suspect foul play at this time. We're giving you a live look here over the 13th Street Bridge from our SRP Park Cam as we check in on the heavily anticipated renovation project. GDOT says the deteriorating bridge will remain untouched for at least another 3 years. GDOT says that's because rising construction costs and property challenges are stalling that process. Construction on the decades-old bridge was set to start this year. The Department of Transportation has had plans to replace it since 2021. The bridge connects Augusta to South Carolina's riverfront. GDOT explains the process is complex due to the location of that bridge.
We have a narrow space to work with when you look at this property right here, and then you've got the homes on the other side of the bridge. So it's just trying to make sure we can achieve all those things while limiting the inconvenience as much as possible.
GDOT says the deadline to get work started is 2032. We've got some boil water advisories in effect. McCormick County Water and Sewer says people who live on Cooper and Martin Drives, including the camp clubs, need to boil water for a minute before using it until further notice. Officials say it's because of a water leak in the area. To our knowledge, Clearwater water and sewer leaders still have a boil water advisory in effect. This is for those who live on the following roads there, all on your screen: Augusta, Belvedere, and Cherry roads, just to name a few. We'll let you know when these advisories get lifted. Today, North Augusta leaders are holding a community engagement meeting to give some updates on progress from Hurricane Helene cleanup. The mayor, city administrator, and other leaders will talk about debris pickup and give an update on city roads. That meeting is from 6 to 7:30 at the Municipal Building on Georgia Avenue. And don't forget about the upcoming hearings for the Georgia homestead exemption. This is your chance to make your voice heard before local governments and school boards make a decision. In Richmond County, there are 2 Board of Education meetings left before they plan to opt out. One is next Wednesday at 3:30. The other is January 27th at 6 o'clock. Augusta's city administrator says we should know the dates for the commission meetings soon. Columbia County Board of Commissioners plans to opt out as well. Their hearings are next Tuesday at 6 o'clock, January 28th at 10 in the morning, and February 4th at 6 o'clock. All of them will be at the Evans Government Center auditorium. And then the Columbia County Board of Education scheduled its hearings this week. The first is on January 27th at 8 a.m., the second, January 28th at 6 p.m., and the last one will be February 4th, also at 6 p.m. All of these will be in the Board of Education building. The Glasscock County Board of Education holding the first public meeting today to opt out of the homestead exemption. The meeting will start at 10 a.m. at the Glasscock County Board of Education boardroom. The next two meetings are scheduled for January 23rd and 30th. Both of those are going to be at 6 p.m. The world's largest pipeline that provides gas along the East Coast and right here in Augusta will remain shut down for at least one more day. This message from Colonial Pipeline comes after Main Line suffered a gas leak in Paulding County. The company says it expects Line 1, which transports about 1.5 million barrels a day, to be back up and running by tomorrow. Crews say they are working to provide limiting gas deliveries to certain parts of the system. That's it for the news side of things. Now let's check in with Tim for a look at your weather.
All right, we are cold. We're in the 20s and 30s right now. It's going to get a little windy later on today. Light winds this morning between 3 and 5 are expected to really pick up 10 to 20 through the afternoon. Now projected wind gusts could get as high as 25 to almost 30 miles per hour. Into Friday, won't be that windy, but really we get to enjoy 2 full sunny days. Going to be beautiful in the afternoons. For January, we're going to be right back on track. We're watching that sun come up over that beautiful horizon to a frosty 26 degrees. As we look at temperatures that are still well below the freezing mark for most locations. We've sat just about above freezing in Aiken for the last several hours, managed to get about 33. But looking at the rest of today, breezy, mild, 60-degree temperatures here today, and it looks like most of the CSRA are going to be either at average or maybe a degree or two above that. It will be a dry one, too. We'll take you from 30s into the 50s, where we start getting really windy in the afternoon. Afternoon temperatures there between 3 and 5 o'clock will stay at about that 55, 58-degree mark. Overnight lows into early Friday morning are expected to go back down around freezing, so the upper 20s and low 30s will be back again. Friday afternoon looks perfect. We are going to have rain coming in first thing on Saturday morning. Notice here, this is a look at about 3 a.m. where it's just starting to move into some western counties. Not an all-day rain event, but it certainly will be with us right around sunrise. Widespread showers heading on through the second half of Saturday. Temperatures are still mild. Sunday morning, you can still see there might be a little leftover shower, but we'll dry it out, and boy, we are impacted by the temperatures next week. Dropping with highs from 58 to 41 on MLK Monday on the holiday. Tuesday and Wednesday, still right now questionable. It really doesn't look like a huge winter impact. Slight chance of a wintry mix, but highs are very cold in the middle 30s. Have a great day.